All right, welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been paying attention to the source material lately, it is crystal clear that we are standing right in the middle of a massive paradigm shift. Over the last couple of years, the tech barrier to entry for building real, functional software has essentially fallen to zero. Honestly, it's wild. Anyone with a keyboard and a clear idea can now build digital assets and automated workflows that previously would have required an entire engineering team. The whole tinkering phase, that is officially over. And the sources we're looking at today all point to one definitive conclusion. 2026 is entirely about monetizing. So if you are ready to understand exactly how the AI economy is generating real cash flow right now, you are in the perfect place.
Let's start with a number that absolutely blew my mind. According to a Gartner prediction highlighted in our sources, 40% of all enterprise applications will feature task-specific AI agents by the end of 2026. Just let that sink in for a second. To put that into perspective, we're jumping from less than 5% in 2025 to nearly half the market in just one single year. That is not some gradual adoption trend, right? That is a literal tidal wave of demand. Businesses are desperately hungry for AI solutions, which means the window of opportunity for everyday creators, freelancers, and entrepreneurs to step up and supply that demand is wide open. Okay, let's dive into this. To break it all down, we're going to use what we'll call a complexity ladder. As this fantastic quote from Pickaxe outlines perfectly, the market has matured. We're talking about a projected $47 billion market by 2030. But how do you actually grab a piece of that pie without a computer science degree? Well, we are going to start with the easiest, most accessible AI side hustles down at the bottom, and then climb our way up to the highly lucrative, scalable AI agency models at the top. Let's step onto the very first rung. That first rung on our complexity ladder is AI digital products. These are basically the ultimate zero-inventory digital assets. Think about things like specialized mid-journey image prompts, custom ChatGPT instruction libraries, or even AI-generated wall art. The beauty here is that you create these assets one single time using AI, and then you just sell them infinitely on autopilot. Because there are no physical materials and zero shipping involved, you are operating with essentially 100% profit margins. It is absolutely the lowest barrier to entry in the entire AI economy. So you might be wondering, where do you actually sell them? Our sources point out several massive marketplaces dominating in 2026. First up is Gumroad, which is fantastic because you get to keep 90% of your revenue, making it perfect for selling larger bundles. Then there's PromptBase. They take a 20% fee but give you access to the largest dedicated prompt market in the world. Etsy is surprisingly strong if you optimize for SEO or search engine optimization. Think targeting keywords like ChatGPT prompts for real estate agents. And Adobe Stock is just amazing for generating passive income from high-quality AI images. Now, while a single prompt might only go for $5 to $15, the data shows that top earners, the ones who package their knowledge into comprehensive prompt engineering kits, are pulling in over $10,000 a month. No joke. To truly appreciate how much of a game changer this is, we have to contrast the old way with the new way. Traditional digital asset creation required weeks of manual work and highly specialized software skills. Today, AI digital products take days, if not hours, to generate, and they scale infinitely with zero fulfillment costs. Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. What about copyrights? Well, the sources clarify a very important legal nuance here. While you cannot explicitly copyright the exact raw output of an AI image generator in the US, it is still 100% legal for you to sell those images commercially. You literally don't need exclusive copyright to build a highly profitable digital product business. Stepping up to the next rung of our ladder, we have faceless YouTube automation. This is where you run a channel, but AI completely handles the heavy lifting. It generates the scripts, the voiceover, the stock footage, and the captions, all without you ever having to step in front of a camera. And this brilliantly illustrates how YouTube is ultimately just a giant supply and demand marketplace. There is an audience out there demanding specific information, and AI allows you to supply that information way faster and more efficiently than ever before, earning you AdSense revenue around the clock. The playbook for this is actually incredibly straightforward, and your real job here is essentially just setting the system up. Step 1 is absolutely crucial. You must pick a high CPM niche. Now, CPM just stands for cost per mil. It's what advertisers pay per 1,000 views. Niches like personal finance or AI tools pay significantly more than, say, gaming or entertainment. Step 2 is feeding your topic into a tool like InVideo AI, which can spin up a full video for you in under 15 minutes. Step 3 is all about consistency, publishing 3 to 5 times a week, every week. And finally, step 4 is letting that AdSense monetization kick in once you hit YouTube's partner thresholds. Let's look at the actual numbers here. Building momentum in a high CPM niche does take a little bit of time. By month 3, with maybe 40 videos published, you might only be making $50 to $150. But here's the catch. Because this content acts as a permanent digital asset, those views compound over time. By month 12, with a library of 150 videos, realistic estimates push into the $1,000 to $3,000 a month range. Remember, in niches like finance, advertisers are eagerly paying anywhere from $8 to $30 for every single 1,000 views. It adds up fast. But how do you actually know what kind of videos to make? Well, one of our sources, a top YouTube strategist known as the AI Guy, shares a brilliant research trick called the incognito method. When you browse YouTube normally, the algorithm is heavily biased toward your own personal interests. By using incognito mode, you strip all that bias away. You can search for your niche and easily spot successful automated competitor channels just hiding in plain sight. He actually notes you can often identify them because they use a subtle black noise visual effect to satisfy YouTube's monetization policies for automated content. It is just an amazing way to reverse engineer what is already working.
Okay, let's pivot and step even further up the complexity ladder into the B2B space. That's business to business. This is the local business AI retainer model. So instead of selling a $15 prompt, you are building an AI agent to solve a specific, painful problem for a local business and then leasing it to them for a recurring monthly fee. Think about it. Local businesses have incredibly obvious friction points. They miss phone calls when they are busy, they take hours to respond to website leads, or they spend half their day answering the exact same 5 routine questions. AI fixes all of these issues instantly.
Now, what's really interesting here is the data behind why businesses will gladly pay for this. Studies show that responding to a lead within 5 minutes makes a business 21 times more likely to qualify that prospect. 21 times. Most local plumbers or dentists take hours to respond, if they respond at all, right? An AI speed-to-lead agent responds in seconds, qualifying the lead and booking the appointment while the business owner is literally asleep. That is massive tangible value. So, when it comes to pricing these services, the sources suggest a pretty simple 3-tier model. A starter package for a simple FAQ or scheduling bot can easily run $300 to $500 a month. Growth packages with CRM or customer relationship management integrations hit $500 to $1,000, and premium custom setups go for $1,500 or more. So the absolute golden rule here is this. You are not charging the client for the AI technology itself. You are charging them for the outcome. A dental clinic doesn't care about your prompt engineering skills. They just care that your agent booked them 40 extra cleanings this month.
And now we've reached the very pinnacle of our complexity ladder. White labeling AI. Think of this as the ultimate franchise model for the AI economy. You do the really hard work of building an incredible, highly effective AI agent once, let's say an amazing lead qualification bot specifically for real estate agents. Then you resell that exact same core infrastructure to 50 different real estate agents, simply slapping their unique logo, brand colors, and specific data onto it.
The economics of this model are honestly almost absurdly good. Because you only built the core system once, your ongoing costs are practically non-existent. If you charge a client $500 a month for their branded agent, your incremental cost to run the AI compute and host the platform is usually only $50 to $100. That leaves you with staggering 80% gross profit margins on recurring monthly revenue. Literally every new client you add is almost pure profit, dropping straight to your bottom line.
But it's not just what we are selling that's changing, it's how we charge for it. The old software model was seat-based, meaning you paid a flat monthly fee for every single employee who needed a login. But AI doesn't need a seat, right? It does the work of 5 humans all by itself. So the 2026 standard is shifting rapidly to outcome-based pricing. A prime example highlighted in the sources is Intercom's Fin Agent. It charges 99 cents per resolved customer support ticket. If it doesn't solve the problem, you just don't pay. It perfectly aligns the cost with the undeniable value being delivered. All right, as we reach the final part of our explainer, we need to talk about how the real pros operate. We call this the passive income stack, which is all about stacking complementary side hustles for maximum revenue. Let's move to this breakdown and see how this all builds together. The golden rule from our sources is to never, ever start all of these at once. You want to focus entirely on one hustle until it generates a reliable $500 a month. Only then do you start building a compounding ecosystem, just like the one modeled here.
For example, if you write an SEO-optimized affiliate blog post using AI, you can take that exact same text, feed it into a video generator, and instantly have a script for your faceless YouTube channel. Then, in the description of that YouTube video, you place a link to sell your AI digital products. The blog feeds the video drives traffic to the products, and together they create this amazing, self-sustaining, passive revenue engine that runs 24/7. So what does this all mean for you? We've covered the digital products, the automated YouTube channels, the local business retainers, and the white labeling empires. The blueprint is clearly laid out in the data for 2026. The tech barrier has practically vanished. So I'll leave you with this provocative question. The AI economy is absolutely here, and it is thriving. Are you going to keep just tinkering with these tools for fun, or are you ready to step up and build your first real AI income stream? The choice is entirely yours. Keep learning, keep building, and I will see you in the next explainer.